Okay, we have the potter's wheel. Working on the wheel is a very exciting medium to work with, but we need to understand how the wheel works. Okay, there's lots of different kinds of wheels. We're using a Pacifica wheel. There's Robert Brent's, there's Paul Solner's, there's all different kinds of wheels out there. I just happen to be using this one because it's one that I was familiar with for the last 30 years. We've been using it here at the school for about 20 years now. A wheel basically is a very simple tool. It's a motor. It's got some belts that drive this portion, which is called the wheel head. Okay, and it drives those, and it has a box. And the box, we've got another one over here, and I'll let you look over here. And this is what the GT400 series kind of looks like. It's one of the newer wheels. And what we do is we can turn it on by pressing that button right there. You see that it lights up, the LED lights up. Now, the neat thing about these wheels, they will go clockwise or counterclockwise, and they also have a neutral. So it's really imperative that you got to look at this. You turn it on, and you decide which way it's going. You can go down for one way, and then with neutral, and then up for the other one. Now, what we want, generally when we throw, we want things going counterclockwise, unless you're left-handed and want to throw the other direction. 90% of the people that throw on the potter's wheel are going to be throwing it clockwise or counterclockwise. What that means is the clay will be going through your fingers. We always want the clay to be going through your fingers. If it's going counterclockwise, then we're going to be working on this side of the wheel. If it's going clockwise, then our hands will have to be on this side of the wheel to work. You have to remember that. A simple rule is you want that clay going through your fingers because it's easy to have control of things slipping away from you as opposed to bunching up on you. So it's real imperative that we know that. These newer wheels have those different kinds of capabilities. We can look just real quickly if we come back over here, and I'll turn that on, and we can kind of come back in here to watch the wheel head. If we go down, it goes counterclockwise. This is the way most people throw. We can stop that, and then we'll go this way, and we notice that it goes clockwise. So that's kind of how those things work. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on. Be careful, sometimes it hits in the neutral mode, and nothing happens. So get down there, then we know that there. Now, the next thing we want to look over here at the foot pedal that I was just moving. This is kind of a unique situation, is it's kind of like your automobile. The neat part is, as we push down, we'll notice in the background that this is starting to go slowly. And as we push a little harder down, it goes faster and faster until we get up to full speed. The neat part about that is we can take our foot off the pedal and it'll still go. It's kind of like cruise control on your car. Okay? This thing also has a little diode within the foot pedal that comes in and commands what's happening here with the motor in relationship to the wheel. For example, if it says I want you to go 100 revolutions per minute, it will. Now, if I apply pressure on this wheel over here and try to slow it down, this diode in the pedal says, no, we're going 100 revolutions a minute. He's slowing us down. I'm going to add more power because I want to stay at that constant movement there. So that's a really kind of a neat thing to work with on the newer wheels that are out. Okay, now there's a couple different ways if you want to throw on the wheel. We'll pan back over here, and I'll turn this one off, set it aside, and we'll look over here. The neat thing is we want to position ourselves in here, and positioning is real important. You'll see later in demos that I mentioned that we need to lock into our body. This is the biomechanics of throwing on the wheel. Lock in. Lock into your torso. Lock right into your legs here. Get your shoulders right out, dead over here. I have lots of people that will sit in here and they'll go, gosh, my arms aren't long enough. This is a no-brainer. Just move your butt up a little forward so that we're right up here. We're right in positioning. It feels real awkward, but it works. Because what happens is the wheel never gets tired. You get tired. So we're going to use the mass and the power of the wheel as it pushes into you, pushes in here and tries to push you backwards to be able to be a successful throwing person at the wheel. So we want to be in like that. The other thing is, with this pedal, we can run it like we might as a car. If we've had a lot of accidents in the last few months, obviously maybe the idea is we could take our foot off the gas, but it'll still be working. As we do that, that works. If that doesn't work for you, you can actually come up here, set your wheel up here like this, and run it at the speed you want to by tapping it to the speed you want, working, tapping, working. So there's 3 or 4 different ways of dealing with these. I'm going to put it back down there. Always get the wheel up to speed before we go. And I think pretty much you got the mechanics of what the wheel is all about. Happy